Hello, it's me.
Hey guys, it's Mitch Comer, and as you see, I'm in League 13 now. The guild YouTubers is actually doing pretty good. We got, I think we got 13 people now. We just leveled up. So we're going to talk about some more strategy here. My character is now 120 health, which is great. As you can see, his is 127. You're like, well, how does he get 127? Well, in the guild options, you can actually select increase health by 7. But the only problem with that is that it only increases by 7 for 7 days. So it's not a permanent bonus, and I don't really know that it's worth it right now, especially with turf wars. I think what people should do is they should wait until their guild's leveled up a little bit more before they start adding perks such as that to their newly made guilds. Alright, so in this gameplay, as you can see, I almost always will put the legendary knight in a 3 tile spot to maximize the amount of damage I can do, and I almost always will refuse to put that guitar person, the guitar hero, down until those 3 guys are up. I won't always do that. Like, if I really don't have any option and this is my first move or whatever, then I'll definitely knock out whatever I can. But I like to try to let them take as much I like to let them put down as much as they can, and I like to put my guys a little bit out of the way so that I can, with this character, hit the spikes and they'll all basically kill themselves within 2 moves. I've actually decided that Adam on the right side here isn't worth it here in these later levels, because he can only do so much damage. He can only do like 5, and with all these boosts that we can get with the leagues that we are in now, 13, 15, 12, all these leagues over here, there's so much boosting that Adam's 5 damage to all the troops really isn't doing much. Now, the Sons of Wood, or whatever his name is, the bear, his damage 14 and 14, that's 28 damage total to each character. That's a really high output. However, you gotta time it to a point to where you don't accidentally kill your bear because you waited a little too late. And doing so, I like to use that owl that's right behind my dragon, decrease their attack, and then I like to activate the spikes so that they can all attack all the fuck they want to, and I'm going to take way less damage than I normally would. This time you saw that I put the troops right there. One thing I like to do is if I see a couple of guys, such as the shields or whatever, I'll then, after the spikes, I'll activate the mute. The mute, or the silencer, or whatever you want to call it, that's a really strong move. As I said, there's a lot of buffs in this, so when you can completely eliminate all their buffs every time they summon a monster, then you're really hurting the other guy here. Now you kind of don't want to use it if there's only one person, that they've only summoned one person, unless it's like the end and you know you're gonna win. I mean, feel free then, but you really want to try to maximize your effort to disable them, yet not leave you completely wrong. And the game crashed. You guys having this problem? I seem to be having this problem quite often. The game just freaking crashes in the middle of trying to play. So here's the intro. I really feel like they could really do better on this intro right here. They ain't really got much of a background. There's not much to look at. They took 3 pictures, pasted it on, slapped on a logo. I mean, that's kind of like freaking something I would do for my thumbnail or something, you know, just slap a bunch of shit together. Level up heroes to upgrade to improve HP and attack. Yes, we know that. Thank you so much. Successfully use hero ability. Dude, have you guys seen when the 2 heroes, like when you first enter and they basically roasting each other? Dude, that's the funniest thing. That's like the best thing ever. They don't, like, it takes forever to get it started, but I mean, it's funny. There's a lot of Russians also playing this game. It's kind of discouraging because you know how when Russians start playing, you know, they take over. Oh yeah, you guys see that Divine Arena? A lot of you guys are like, hey, Divine Arena, there's bots and stuff. Actually, believe it or not, Divine Arena is not bots, it's other players who chose the opposing character, and they can load it really fast because, I mean, you only have 2 options. So you'll be fighting against people of all skill levels, and like, yeah, that's why there's a high chance to die, because there's a lot of high level people. So, and if you don't believe me, if you really do believe it's bots, if you fight them a couple times, you'll realize that some of them don't speak, but some of them are gonna spam like, wow, unbelievable, you know, things like that. As I already talked about updating, so we're gonna go ahead and upgrade to level 2. So here we are, we're upgraded to level 2. They basically doubled our members, which is great. A lot of games, actually, their clans will allow you like 50 people, and it's a lot of people. So I mean, I guess doubling it isn't really much, but when you have 10 people, doubling it helps out a lot. And so the first ones was like, shoot, what was it, like 2,000 or 1,000? It was 1,000. So to upgrade it again, I'll have to get 5,000 of those, the influence points, which is that red flag looking thing. And I can use the gold to buy upgrades, which, as we discussed already, you know, 7 days isn't really much to use. So one thing also, when you guys are attacking in Turf War, always be aware that when you are attacking or you're trying to decide whether to attack or defend, you gotta remember that, I mean, if you're using way more troops to attack, and you should be using some troops to defend because there's less troops, there's less troop cost to defend, you should probably defend and not attack, because then you can save your troops till the 3rd round or whatever on that day, and go ahead and use the last of your troops to either attack or defend. The objective is to have as many tiles as you possibly can, and if the enemy's deleting your tiles, then you're not going to be able to expand, or your clan's not going to be able to work together to expand. So definitely make sure that it's efficient to attack before you decide to attack some other random ass tile. Yeah, I know you all want the awards, you all want the castles, and we will get those castles, but we can't get to those castles if we're getting flanked by the enemy. And you know, from any game ever, even Call of Duty, you don't want to get flanked, otherwise your whole fucking team's gonna get wiped. Alright. So I'm actually trying to get sponsors for my car, but I mean, I don't mind having sponsors for my videos or for anything really. So if you guys would do me a huge favor, follow me on Instagram, Mitch Comer. Follow me. I don't really know a Facebook counts all that much. I got thousands of friends on Facebook, but if you could subscribe to me on YouTube, it would really help. The views that you guys do is actually what helps. The subscribers, not so much. It's the actual views and the time put in to watch each video that helps us YouTubers grow. So as you see there, the thumbs up, that is the soulbind option. And you guys are constantly asking, hey, what is the PAL, whatever, I forget what it's called, PAL points or something like that. The PAL points do is they'll give you a permanent bonus to your character that can do it. For him, that particular, I think it took 14 to power him up, and I don't have 14. Well, what you can do is you can go to any of the arenas that you've done and use your points towards them, and they're pretty generous for as easy it is to get those points or coins or whatever it costs for each specific shop. They're pretty generous, and you can typically get about 15 in a day. Maybe I'm exaggerating, I don't really know, but you should be able to. See, that silence is really an OP move for Sons of Woods. Trixie, however, I don't really like her yet. She seems kind of underpowered. For the freeze is okay. And then he summons the demon, and I really feel like if the demon had a little bit more health, he'd be OP as fuck. But since he doesn't, I mean, Adam can knock him out. Trixie really isn't much use unless she summons her witches or something. And the bear, it's gonna take a lot of damage from absorbing that, but at least he'd be able to use his spikes. And I can't use this. I can't say this enough. When you guys are attacking, make sure that you have try to limit when you use your specials, because you really want to try to use it towards the end, so you can just obliterate them. So you guys, I know a lot of you guys are having trouble in the Dark Tower. I know for a fact I was having trouble in the Dark Tower. What it does is it keeps giving you a random set from your deck, and that is the hardest fucking thing to counter, is whatever you have in your deck. And really, the only trick is to upgrade your deck. I mean, you gotta get... I feel like it's really just luck when it comes to the deck, because you can have all the skill, but if your cards don't match up to their cards, you're gonna get annihilated. Like, there's not much you can do. Alright, so usually I can click members, or yeah, click members, and I can scroll down and I could select a bunch of people to join. If you guys want to join the clan, go ahead and feel free. And I really appreciate all of you guys. Oh, there's the invite. I really do appreciate all the guys that are from the guild and have subscribed to me on YouTube. You guys really are the best. This clan, or this guild, really wouldn't be what it is without you guys contributing. One thing I've learned, I've been a guild leader, clan leader since 2012. So one thing I've learned, oh, that's the last video, you guys really should see that video. But one thing I've learned as a guild leader is when you want to recruit people, and hear me out, I've been a #1 guild in many games. I've played a lot of games, and I don't have them all recorded because I didn't really start doing YouTube till recent. But when you're recruiting people, you want to max out your entire list of guilds, entire members list, and then you want to kind of delete either the worst player in the guild or kind of delete the most inactive person. And what I would suggest, based off other game I played, like I played a Digimon game, is I kept deleting the worst player instead of the most inactive player, and that actually kept my influence level higher, and that was actually more beneficial to the clan. More people didn't really see who was inactive and who wasn't in my clan. They mostly just saw I was ranked #1 and I had the most points, and they joined for that reason. And because people kept joining, I just eventually kept getting rid of the lowest person, and eventually the most inactive person ended up becoming the lowest person, and I would get rid of them. It's a pretty vicious cycle, but it is a cycle that truly works when you want to grow as a clan. Thank you guys for watching. I really do hope you guys would subscribe and help me get those sponsors. I do have car videos, and that's mainly what I would like to get sponsored, because I would love to wrap my car something beautiful. And you know, wrapping is really expensive. I can do it myself. I've been doing it for a couple years. So feel free to help me out, share my videos. You guys are the best. Thank you.